When I am old and gray and my grandchildren come up to me and say, "Grandpa, what did you play with when you were younger?" I will have a couple different answers. I grew up playing many different things. I had a Wii U, 3DS, iPhones could be on there. Unlike our grandparents, I didn't just have sticks and stones to play with. I did actually have a bunch of different systems, a bunch of different outlets to have fun. But you've seen the title of this video, and I think you know that my answer to my grandkids' question is not going to be a 2DS. No, my answer will always be the Nintendo Switch. The life of this system perfectly encapsulates and memorializes my middle school, high school, and early adulthood life. Breath of the Wild came out when I was in 6th grade, and Tears of the Kingdom, the sequel, came out a couple weeks before I graduated high school. I watched every Smash Bros. Reveal happen live. I saw all of the reviews of the big games that came out, and it was just always on my radar. No matter what was happening in life, I would always come back to the Nintendo Switch, see what was going on with it, keep up with it, play the new games, all of that stuff. Video games hold a really interesting place in the world of media because they really do something that nothing else can do. Video games contain these worlds within them like a movie or a book, and when you're experiencing it, you can really feel like you're there. And at the same time, video games can give you a tangible, lasting memory in the same way that hanging out with friends or doing something new would. I can hear a song from Minecraft and be totally transported back into that world. I can close my eyes and totally picture placing blocks, mining stuff, having fun like I did when I was 6. And I can also look at my friend and say, hey, remember that time we were playing Minecraft and our friend blew up his house because he got mad? And we can laugh about it. That is a real memory that we share. And that's something that really no other medium can do. A lot of things do one or the other, but video games can do both. And that's truly what makes video games special to me and to millions of other people. And in the case of the Switch, I've had hundreds or thousands of memories that I can talk to with my friends or ones that I just had playing by myself. And I've also been transported to so many different worlds through beautiful music, amazing visuals, fun gameplay. And all of these memories and worlds kind of become snapshots into our life at the time. Every time I pick up Super Mario Odyssey, I'm going to think about being in middle school and playing it for the first time and just being amazed at how much fun I was having. And I'm also going to think about how when life was really bad at some parts, some of the worst times in my life, I could pick up Animal Crossing and just listen to the music for hours, and I'd have a good time. And then I can go talk to my friends about that time we caught a really big fish. You see what I'm talking about? The Nintendo Switch has captured all of these great moments for me, and with the Switch 2 coming, I wanted to go through a bunch of them and just talk about my experiences and talk about what it really means for a system to kind of surround your life experiences like that. But to fully talk about my life with the Nintendo Switch, we gotta start a little bit before the Nintendo Switch in the Wii U era. And I actually have all of that memorialized on this wall right here. When I moved into this house, I wanted a place to record my videos in front of, and all of the people I watched, they all had backgrounds with all of their like gaming collections, so I just used what I had. I've made a bunch of videos in front of this, I've made a bunch of references to it. I've seen all of this stuff every day of my life for like a decade. Some of these things I have had for that long, and all of them contain different memories. This GameCube controller I asked my dad to buy because I saw that all of the pros used it to play Smash Bros, and I wanted to be a pro. This Xbox 360 controller I remember getting and being like, wow, it's so cool, it has padding on the sticks. I also just felt really cool having an Xbox 360 because in the pre-Switch era, a kid was embarrassed to tell his friends that he was a Nintendo fan. I don't know if you can see, but Super Mario Maker is back there. I don't know if that's visible in any Rant Session episode, but that was the first online game I played, and I had to make an account on my Wii U for Nintendo Online. It was crazy. Back then it was crazy. Down here we have the new Nintendo 3DS, and when I got this, it was so big. I remember thinking a 3DS XL was like big and clunky because my hands were so small. If we take a step back, you can see those Game Informer magazines. Again, just me on my hardcore gamer art. Super Mario Bros. Power-Up card game. I've never once played this. Maybe I should. And all of the games on this wall mixed in with the little rant session bits and little bits from friends. It all just kind of becomes this big amalgamation of childhood memories going on here. And that's really not what it was when I first started making videos in front of this, but that's what it's become. All of this stuff really comes together, and all of it means a lot to me, and it all kind of, forms the rant session wall, which in and of itself also represents a lot. For me, at least. I don't know how much this means to anyone else. There's a lot that comes to mind when I look at this, and I'm really glad it's here.
Okay, guys, okay, it's finally here. It's finally here. This Nintendo Switch.
Oh, what time does to a man. The Nintendo Switch is what I grew up playing. It's what I went from boy to man with, or boy to older boy with. And all of my memories with the system are tied to where I was in school, where I was with my different relationships with people, all of that. Splatoon 2 came out, and it was really the first time I played a game online with a friend over and over for hours, for months. Then we'd start getting inside jokes about Splatoon or having memories of things that happened while playing games, and we'd dare not go online and look at Splatoon fan art. Nah, I'm just kidding. The art wasn't that bad. It wasn't as bad as like Sonic. Fast forward a little bit, you've got 2020, quarantine, all that stuff going on. And everyone was away from each other for a long time, but me and my friends, we'd play Minecraft, Animal Crossing, Fortnite, and it would feel like we were all hanging out together. I have run into old friends, reconversated with some of them, and the first thing that always comes up is, hey, remember when whatever? Remember when we were playing Fortnite and you did this? Remember when we were playing Minecraft and you did this? Going into more late high school, my father passed away. Wasn't a great time. And anyone who's been through something like that will know that that is the main thing, but then a lot of other things trickle down. It is known as collateral damage. One bad thing happens and then a lot of other things start to unravel. And that definitely happened. But something that I could always come back to was texting my friend and saying, hey, wanna hop on Smash Bros? Some of the worst nights I could still turn on my Switch, hop on Breath of the Wild, and just run around the mountains and feel better. People might have comfort food, people might have a favorite movie they like to watch. What I grew up always having was a favorite game that I could hop on and forget some of the bad things and enjoy some of the good things. That's not to say that the only purpose of games is to escape from a harsh reality. That's silly. Games are meant to be enjoyable. If you're actually going through a lot, maybe seek some help. A video game isn't going to solve your problems. I will end my general Nintendo Switch memories with one story from the end of 2022. My father passed in 2021, life changed a lot in 2022, and I was graduating in 2023. A lot of changes going on during that time. I was also just growing up, and during that time, at the end of 2022, I played Paper Mario. Anyone who's played it is going to tell you it's a fantastic game. It's like if you took Mario, made it into a bedtime storybook. It's just lovely. When I got to that end credit, I felt a certain way that I've really never felt with any other ending of a game. Beating the final boss, finishing that story, and looking at the end on the screen, it felt like I was finishing one thing and going on to another thing, which is exactly what was going on in life at the time. December 2022, I beat Paper Mario. A lot of changes have happened, I got through them, and I know that I'm going into my graduating year of high school. A lot of changes are going to come. And that one picture with that simple text, the end, truly represented to me that this was the end of the current era, and I'm going somewhere else from here. And that moment was actually so poignant to me that I bought a little diorama of Paper Mario, and it's in my room. And every time I see it, I think about life changes. These are pixels on a screen. They are lines of code being processed and then shown to me on my television. But the truth is that those pixels on a screen can really mean a lot. And sometimes something as simple as seeing the end credits can just make you reflect on what's going on in your life. And if you want to get super poetic with it, we're kind of looking at the end credits of the Nintendo Switch, and it's making me reflect on life. It's kind of the whole point of this video. All right, rapid fire awards for Lawson's favorite games he played during this generation. Ori and the Blind Forest wins the award for the most times Lawson said wow. ARMS wins the award for a game that Lawson thinks people should have played more of. Animal Crossing wins the award for Lawson just being happy while playing it. Splatoon 2 and 3 win the award for favorite multiplayer game. Metroid Dread Red. Don't have much to say about this one. It's just a really good game, so go play it. A Short Hike wins the award for best game that Lawson bought on a whim randomly and really loved. Grease wins the award for game that made Lawson teary-eyed. Subnautica also wins the award for game that made Lawson teary-eyed, but because he was scared. Super Mario Brothers 2.
I cannot wait to get my fingerprints all over this.
A new system is on its way. The Nintendo Switch 2 is coming in 2025, and over the years, it will also become a snapshot, a time capsule into your life. Many things in everyone's personal life and society as a whole has changed a lot in the last 8 years in ways that no one would have ever expected. When the Switch was first announced, TikTok did not exist, short-form content didn't exist as we have it today, and everyone who has a career on that didn't have a career. The entire gaming landscape has changed in the last 8 years. Gaming generations don't really exist anymore. Both the Switch and Switch 2 are going to exist in the same time frames as the same president, though. That one's kind of interesting that we made that one happen. The Switch lasted for 8 years on the market, and if the Switch 2 has the same lifespan, I will very likely be playing it with my children. My first memories of the Switch are opening it and playing Fast RMX in middle school, and my last memories of the Switch are recording this video. And my first memories of the Switch 2 will be me now at 20, opening it, playing it, and my last memories of the Switch could totally be with my kids. That's an insane thought. This system right here has not been updated once. I never even got new Joy-Cons. The micro SD card in this thing has started to stop working due to time wearing it away. Some of these fingerprints could be 8 years old.
Get my fingerprints.
This is absolutely a snapshot into what life was like for me, middle school, high school, a little bit of post-high school, and it will forever be a time capsule of that. It's not good to hold on to the past, but it's a great thing to appreciate it, and that's exactly what this thing represents to me. As for what the future holds, I don't know. All I know is that the next system is going to be that very same snapshot into whatever my life continues to be. And I think we can all hope that the future holds more than 32 gigabytes of internal storage. Have a good day.